Happy July, everybody. I hope everybody has a nice holiday week this week, and at the very least, gets off for 4th of July. This girl here, Pastel Clown Het Pied, was bred to a Super ODYB Fire. Clown Pied, so as you can see here, she is, she just had her pre-lay shed a few days back, so we should hopefully have a nice clutch of eggs from her by the end of the month. And this month's going to be pretty big for Snake Limited. We have two lightning pied clutches that are due. As you can see in here, there are 16 eggs in there right now, and this 10 egg clutch is actually due to hatch next week. So that's going to be really big for us. The last time we had an actual visual lightning pied clutch hatch, it really brought in a lot of funds, which was, a nice payday. These snakes, they're all finally out of their eggs. These ones I'm going to be collecting the sheds to test for MJ when the test comes out. I only actually got 2 visual clown females here, which kind of stinks, but I'm definitely keeping that female. These 3 are all males, and these 2 specifically look really cool. Really, really cool. That one's just a pastel, but they're really cool snakes. So those will be going up for sale. They're also in the Lightning Clown Pied project. They're all Clown Het Pied Pas Het MJ. And then we also have the remainder of that clutch, which are these 2 double het Clown Pieds, Pas Het MJs, and these 2 Ultramels that are a different clutch. They're just all in here together. All 4 of these will be available once they shed and have a few meals. So we have a lot going on. We have 9 snakes there, probably at least half of which I'll be selling right away once they're ready, plus those 16 MJ eggs. So it's really big for me. It's really big for Snake Limited, and hopefully big for some of you guys that end up being able to get into this project with some pied het MJs or even double het MJ pieds. So leading up to this being a big month for me, I also want it to be a big month for my customers. And I'm kind of going to make this a customer appreciation month. And basically what I want to do is extend the offer of, the $1 a month for life gold tier in my Patreon to everybody that has ever purchased a ball python from me. That doesn't matter whether you spent $500 or $5,000. For the month of July, I'm going to extend that offer to everybody. So contact me directly. Doesn't matter how. You can message me probably through Instagram. It's probably the easiest way. And say, hey, John, I want to take you up on that offer. I want to sign up for your $1 Patreon gold tier for life. So it's $1 a month for life. That's $12 a year for the gold tier. And I will open up a spot for you. It says sold out. It will always say sold out because people try to snipe the spots if I leave them open. So I leave the tier sold out all the time. As somebody comments and says, hey, I want to join up, I will open up a spot for them, and you need to grab it, within a half an hour to an hour to make sure nobody else snipes that spot. And I really just want to build this Patreon, this community. The people I have in there are fantastic. And everybody that's already in my Patreon, if you're not already in the gold tier for life, now is your time to sign up for that. So if you're in the gold tier from last year, from the Patreon Triple Play event, contact me and we'll get you moved over to the other tier, because at the end of this year, that Patreon Triple Play tier is going to get deleted. I'm going to remove it. So if you're in that tier, contact me directly. I'll open a spot for you in the other one, the customer loyalty gold tier. We'll move you over. You're in there for life for $1 a month. I have 20 some people that are actually in those paid groups at this point, so I want everybody over there into that new tier. But everybody that's not currently in my Patreon, this is open to as well. I mean, I have almost 200 reviews on Morph Market, and those are all individual reviews, because if you've never sold on Morph Market before, if I have a customer buy 5 snakes from me at 5 different times, only one of those reviews counts as a review. So I almost have 200 reviews on there, which means that I've sold to almost 200 people, and I think probably 150 plus of those were actually ball pythons. So if you're a past customer of mine, if you've ever purchased a ball python from me, Now is the time to join this Patreon, become part of this group. You get first dibs to all of my animals, first dibs to sales. You get access to our Instagram group where we have conversations daily about anything and everything, mostly snake related, but sometimes something else. So that's kind of how I want to pay it forward. I'm trying to grow the community so it's a tight-knit group of people that can have open conversations and not be kind of ridiculed for it. Sometimes I've heard that, in some other groups, people can kind of get a little testy or a little negative, and that's not the sort of group that I'm running. So this is open to everybody that's purchased a snake. If you buy a snake from me in July, this is also going to be open to you. Basically, if you buy a snake in July, I'm just going to say, hey, you're eligible for the $1 tier. Here's the link. Go sign up now before somebody else takes the spot. So, I'm really excited about that. I don't really know as far as promotions for the month of July what's going to go on. The Lightning Pie stuff's not going to get discounted. It's highly sought after. You're going to be paying the going rate for those things, so they're not going to be cheap. But again, if you're a new customer, never purchased before, you will get the $1 tier for life with any of those purchases. I do have some snakes left over from the sale last week, some pairings, and I will be adding, probably as these snakes shed, these babies, I will be probably adding a few more holdbacks. I think this female, I think I'm going to be letting go because I've produced so much other stuff. She possibly is a super leopard, a pastel pied het clown. So I think I will be releasing her with one of probably the double het clown pieds, if not maybe like that pastel clown het pied male, and I'd probably be selling them as a pair. So I do have some other snakes I will be releasing. I don't physically have the pastel leopard clown female that is the parent of that clutch listed yet, because I didn't really want to pair her up with one of the males from her clutch. It's probably going to be one of the other clutches that I produced she'll be paired with. This female, it won't probably be in July because she's not going to lay until the end of July. She will be listed eventually. Let's see. So I have quite a few. I'm actually going to release. This is kind of like a preview of what I plan on doing. This female is going to be released as well because I have so much other stuff. Kind of trimming. It's my video last week about trimming the fat. She is going to be released with one of those two ultra male Posset pied males that just hatched. So once they're ready to go, she'll be listed with them. She's a double het ultra pied, 100%. As you can see, a beautiful snake, good size. So by the time one of those males is ready to breed, she'll be ready to breed too. So you could be making, 3, 4, 5, 6 gene ultra males. I'm also going to be releasing this female with one of those two males. So this is the Bamboo Black Pastel Het Ultra Male female that had a clutch a few weeks back. So I have those two. Let me show you the males. Let's see. There we go. I have these two males. They're both ultra male, and they're going in the shed, so they're not, looking their best. But both these males are ultra male het pieds. I didn't ID, or pos het pieds. I didn't fully ID them yet. They all have 1, maybe 2 genes in them. Kind of disappointed with the clutch that, the dad had like 6 genes in him, and these didn't really hit the odds on anything. Plus I hit 2 males instead of hitting 1 and 1 or 2 females. But so these 2 males will be paired up with those 2 females once they're ready to go, and they're a decent size as well. So that's going to be what's coming up in terms of what I'll be releasing. But I don't know if there's going to be any big sales. I think my big promo for the month is going to be offering the Patreon group for $1 a month for life to anybody that's ever purchased a snake. So if you have purchased a snake, now is the time to get into the group. If you haven't purchased a snake yet, now is the time to purchase a snake from me, because it's a really sweet deal. Just being able to talk on a more intimate basis with me and with other people in the group is worth the $1 per month. It's something that you're not going to get in a lot of places. I have a ton of information to share with people, a ton of knowledge, a ton of experience with buying and selling, and I think that's where probably my skills are kind of above the rest of the people in the market. I think I excel at buying and selling. That's probably what I offer the most to everybody. So it's a sweet deal. I'm happy to be offering it to everybody. I appreciate everybody that's purchased a snake from me. It's really why I'm at where I'm at. So it's the best I think I can offer to people at this point if I'm going to make it Customer Appreciation Month. So thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everybody for buying from me previously. And thank you to everybody that's going to buy from me in the future. I'm really excited about this month. There's a lot going on. I know that it's going to be a giant month for me. I can't wait for these eggs to hatch. This week specifically, I still don't know if I'll be making a video every day because I have so much going on with the holiday and with family coming in. And there's not a ton going on in the snake room this week either because, I have a clutch due. This clown pied female is due to lay around the 10th. So as you can see, she's coiled up there. I have this OD Vanilla Clown Het DG that is probably a week due after her, as you can see there. And for some reason I'm forgetting, the other DG Clown female, Pastel, and she, I don't know what she's doing, but she's like a month out still. So that's all the females that we have going right now. So yeah, big month, a lot going on, a lot for me, a lot of big stuff for me, a lot of big stuff for you guys. Take advantage of that. Remember to DM me directly if you want to join that group. I'll probably need to verify your purchases because I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to remember specific people that purchased from me 5 years ago. So maybe reference or show me like an image of the purchase you made from me, or like the message thread from Morph Market, and we'll get you set up in the group. So I'm really excited to have you guys join that aren't in yet. I'm really excited to extend this offer to everybody that is currently in the group that isn't on the $1 for life tier. And let's just get July rolling. There's a lot going on, so I'm excited. It's gonna be a long week waiting for these snakes to hatch. That's probably gonna be my biggest clutch of the year, I think, in my opinion. I'm sending every single one of those snake sheds out. I already have them lined up here, clutch 8 all the way 1 through 10, assuming hopefully they'll hatch healthy, because I'm gonna save their sheds. As soon as they shed, they are drying out and they're all getting sent out to Charlie at Gray Rider Reptiles. He's gonna shed test all of those babies for clown. So before any of them are even available for sale, I know which ones are clown and which ones aren't, because they're all gonna be pied het MJ or double het or double visual MJ pied at the very least. They're all pos het clown, so at least I can wipe the pos het clown out of the way. That'll help me get better pricing, more accurate pricing for everything instead of me trying to guess whether they're clown or not. It also helps me figure out which ones I'm keeping. So very big clutch. That's mid-July. I'll probably have the shed test results back. By the end of July is probably when they'll be available for sale, because if they hatch around the 10th, they'll shed around the 17th, and then 2 or 3 meals in them. I usually feed them the day after they shed. So they'll be ready probably by the end of July, beginning of August, and I'll know if they're het clown or not. So very exciting stuff. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, take advantage of this deal while you can. There's no hitch. If you bought a snake from me, or if you're currently in my Patreon and have bought a snake from me, $1 a month for life. Sign up now.